Hi, my name is Sylvie. I help women lose weight and feel great through fasting and whole food nutrition. On this channel, you will get simple recipes and practical tips that will transform your health. The best part is you won't feel overwhelmed or deprived. In today's video, I am going to answer the question, how long should I fast to lose fat? I am sure you're aware of the fact that fasting has many more benefits than just fat loss. However, I know that fat loss is at the forefront of many women's mind. I know it was one of my health goals for quite a while, and so we're going to talk about how long you need to fast to lose fat. And even though that's going to be our main topic for this video, it doesn't negate all the other benefits that you will get from fasting, obviously. When it comes to weight loss, the amount of time that you need to fast will vary from person to person. It varies as well with the other benefits, but there are some milestones that are fairly well recognized when it comes to the other benefits. But when it comes to weight loss, it's just very, very individual. So what you can do is start slow and then start experimenting. For example, when you fast anytime from 10 to 16 hours, your body will start shifting into fat burning mode, which means that you may enter ketosis, which helps burn fat. So that may be all you need. You can start by just doing intermittent fasting, maybe make sure that every single day you do not eat for 12 hours. And then see how that goes after a week. Have you made any progress and how do you feel? And then you can start maybe increasing the amount of time that you spend fasting each day. You could move up to 16 hours and even 20 hours. So that is an option, but that's not just it. There are a couple of other options when you are trying to decide how long you should fast for fat loss. For example, I know that when I got started with intermittent fasting, I did maybe a month where my fasting window was about 18 hours, and I lost about 3 pounds in 3 weeks, which felt incredibly slow. And I felt incredibly deprived because I considered myself a breakfast person. So it was really hard. And I thought, well, you know what? Intermittent fasting is not for me. It's not helping me achieve my weight loss goals. And also I was reading various articles talking about the risks of intermittent fasting for women. But I've learned a lot since then, and I've experimented a lot. If you are a woman and you are concerned about the effect of intermittent fasting or just fasting in general on your health, check out the link in the description below. I will leave a good long blog post that explains not only how you can decrease any risks associated with intermittent fasting, but that will also put your fears to rest. But anyway, if you are not sure about how long you need to fast and you're considering maybe a water fast for a few days, it depends on how much experience you have with fasting, obviously. Another thing you can do is check out the quiz that I created to help you determine where to get started. So my quiz is called What's Your Fasting Personality? And again, I'll leave a link in the description. You can click on that and take the quiz, and you'll receive 4 free quick start guides to help you get started with your chosen approach. But when you decide how long you need to fast, it's not just about how many hours to do intermittent fasting, obviously, because there are other fasting approaches. You could, for example, try the fasting mimicking diet. The fasting mimicking diet has been really effective for me. As I mentioned, I was struggling with intermittent fasting. I was feeling deprived and I gave up. However, with the fasting mimicking diet, that really got me started. I was able to start losing weight and start feeling better, get into ketosis, which really helps lose the extra appetite. I highly recommend you consider fasting mimicking. I have lots of videos and meal plans to help you get started with that. So the fasting mimicking diet is a 5-day fast. There are many benefits associated with prolonged fasting. Dr. Valto Longo also has demonstrated that the fasting mimicking diet helps boost your metabolism. So if you do the fasting mimicking diet once a month, you'll be able to eat as much as you normally eat for the rest of the month and still not gain weight. So that is a huge benefit. The first time I did the fasting mimicking diet, I lost a few pounds during the 5-day period, and that's fairly typical. Obviously, if you eat only 40 to 50% your normal calorie intake, you'll lose weight. There's no choice. But even though I did regain the maybe 3 pounds I had lost during the 5-day period, I found that during the rest of the month, I started losing weight. And also I lost the belly fat, and it didn't come back. Another thing you can do when you decide how long you need to fast is look at other modified fasting options. A water fast is great. It's very healing, and you can do it while intermittent fasting, whether it's overnight or whether you do it for 24 hours. These will have benefits for sure. But there's other options, and you can go on other types of fasts that are longer, but that do involve some food, like the fasting mimicking diet. There's a 10-day challenge diet that I have led some people through. I have a menu plan for that. If you're curious, you can check it out. I'll leave a link for that too in the description. And this 10-day fast is kind of like the fasting mimicking diet. It's longer, but you can eat more calories, and my clients that have done it have lost weight, all of them, and they all say that they didn't feel hungry. So if you are one of these people who get hangry, who feel really unhappy, if you have to go without food for any length of time, that might be a good approach for you. That was me at first, and that's why the fasting mimicking diet really helped me. The thing with the fasting mimicking diet is that you do feel hungry. So now you have to choose, are you able to last 10 days? For me, no, 10 days is too long. That's why I prefer the fasting mimicking diet. I prefer being hungry. I prefer feeling hungry for 5 days rather than not feel really hungry, but having to draw it out for 10 days is just too long for me. Another thing you can do is reduce your calorie intake to 500 calories 2 days a week. This has been shown over and over in various studies to be as effective as sustained calorie restriction. But the benefits are that you don't feel as deprived. Sustained calorie restriction will make you feel hungry. You feel hungry all the time. Some people say that it will decrease your metabolism in the long term, where the 5-2 method, decreasing your calorie intake to 500 calories twice a week, that will not have the same effect on your metabolism. It works really great for women because women do benefit from any fasting approach that is phased. What I mean by that is women should pick a fasting approach that is not always sustained, that you change. It's good to change things up a little bit. It's good for everyone, but particularly for women. Women have to deal with their cycles, and they are more sensitive to various hormones that are secreted during fasting, and it's a good idea to give your body a break and have hormone rebuilding days. So if you change things up using the 5-2 method, that might work great for fat loss for you. Another thing you can try is alternate day fasting. Alternate day fasting is similar to the 5-2 method in the sense that you have the overnight fast, the following day, and then the next night fast. But instead of eating 500 calories, you're not eating at all. So what you're doing effectively is fasting for 36 hours, and you can do that maybe twice a week. Another thing that you can decide to do is fasting for 24 hours once a week. So that might feel more doable for some of you. You may enjoy that you don't have to worry about it for more than one day a week. And you may feel that 24 hours is something that you can handle. If you can go without food for 24 hours, that might be something to try for you. And the last fasting duration that I wanted to mention that worked really well for me now that I am more fat adapted, now that I have some experience with fasting. I really love it, and it's been something that I enjoy doing, is the warrior method. So what does the warrior method mean? The warrior method simply means fasting for 20 hours each day. And what I've been doing is fasting for 20 hours each day, 5 days a week. Like I mentioned, I like to switch things up a little bit, and I like to take the weekends off. It's nice to be able to just enjoy social events or to have a break, have a nice Saturday morning pancake breakfast or whatever. So it's been really working well. I started losing some of my weight using the fasting mimicking diet, and the warrior method is what I've used after 4 or 5 months of doing the fasting mimicking diet, and that's what took me past the plateau I had reached. So what does that all mean as far as deciding how long you should fast for fat loss? Well, it means that you have to listen to your body. There are many durations of fast that you can pick from, and the best one for you will change over time, so keep experimenting. And also make sure that when you do eat, nourish your body with nutrient-dense foods. You do not want to fill up on junk food when you're eating. That'll be counterproductive. Not only your weight loss effort might end up stalling, but you want to take care of your health. Weight loss is not everything. You have only one body. You need to take good care of it. Also, persevere. I mentioned already that I had been struggling to lose weight for years and years, and I tried the intermittent fasting method, which I just thought that intermittent fasting meant skipping breakfast. I didn't realize that there was so many ways to practice intermittent fasting. But after skipping breakfast for 3 weeks and not getting the results that I was looking for, I gave up. Don't do that. Don't just give up. Keep trying, play around with the different fasting durations, and then you'll find one that works for your body. And lastly, I do want to mention that for many people, there has to be healing before there is weight loss. So some people go on an extended water fast. They go 3-4 days on a water fast and don't see any weight loss. And you know why? Because their body is busy healing. And so if you have a lot of healing and detoxing to do, that might just be what you need. You might just have to go through the process, persevere, not lose weight at first, and then at some point the weight will come off. So fasting works. There's no doubt about it. It works. But it might not work for weight loss right away, and you may have to persevere a bit longer than you're hoping for, but it doesn't mean that you won't be able to achieve your weight loss goals. Another thing I want to quickly mention is how you should be breaking your fast. If you are just doing intermittent fasting and skipping breakfast, maybe it's not so much of a concern. But if you go on any extended fast, it's important that you're careful when you break your fast, and that you choose foods that are easy to digest and nourishing to your body. I created a whole video about that topic, and I will link it here, so if you want to check it out. So that's it for this video. I hope that you found it useful to help you decide how long should you fast for fat loss. If you have any questions, just comment below and I'll do my best to answer your questions. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more great videos coming up on the topic of fasting, and thanks for watching.